What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Zalario remained silent, absorbing Dino's tale, leaving an awkward pause hanging. Come on, say something. Dino found Zalario rather imposing. Since he didn't want to delve further into it, he shifted gears, attempting to divert attention.
Anyway, that's the gist. In Ramirez's labyrinth, the defenders have a clear advantage. There are formidable players like Zijin in there, making it a real challenge to take them down.
With that, Dino wrapped up the conversation. As silence once again filled the air, each person delved into their own thoughts. Kagali had much on her mind. While Dino's insights were valuable, her immediate concern was understanding her own transformations. As Kagali sifted through information and examined her changes, a surge of power coursed through her. The Seraphim, ranking highest among angels and akin to awakened demon lords, had infused Kagali with such strength that her previous demon lord form seemed trivial. Moreover, alongside her unique skill, Schemer, she discovered a new ability embedded within her soul. The ultimate enchantment, Domination King Melchizedek, splitting from Michael's control capacity, wielded a frightening capability to instantly analyze and manipulate any ability. However, since Kagali herself fell under this power's sway, betraying Michael became impossible. It's terrifying. A battlefield where such powers clash is beyond my imagination. Those were her honest sentiments, yet when the time for battle arrived, Kagali's body would engage enemies autonomously, bypassing her rational thought. She instinctively recognized this, instilling a fear of her own metamorphosis. But this was precisely why she couldn't shake these thoughts. She was eager to put her newfound power to the test, though she knew she shouldn't feel that way. Yet, the urge persisted, and she was sure the chance to prove herself would present itself soon. Her thirst for vengeance was supposed to have subsided, yet she still harbored resentment toward Leon for taking her life and toward Rimuru for ending Claimants. Could she defeat them now? It seemed pointless to entertain such thoughts, yet she couldn't shake the desire. Was she truly weaker than Dino now? No, she never believed that. In fact, as a Uton, now, Kagali was on par with Dino. How pathetic, she thought. Dino's been like that since his Demon Lord days, but she had never seen him fight himself. That's why he's weak. Suppressing a hint of amusement, Kagali reminded herself never to let her guard down. But even when Dino seemed powerless against his opponents, she still felt confident in her ability to win. After all, her power exceeded that of an awakened Demon Lord. Even the seasoned demon lords like Ramirez and Dino wouldn't stand a chance against her now. And if that was the case, then Demon Lord Leon would surely fall before her.
Just wait, Leon. Your reckoning is coming. You're next.
Kagali thought, battling to suppress a faint sense of satisfaction. It was the kind of radicalized thinking induced by a skill, but Kagali remained oblivious to it. As for Vega, he seemed to exist solely to follow orders. Having faced death numerous times, he had delved deeper into the mysteries of this world. He consumed gladium and absorbed the power of the blue dragon spear, a mythical weapon of choice. Even the Seraphim fell prey to his insatiable appetite, their power becoming his own. In that moment, he felt a fusion of the acquired skills, each fragment strengthening the other. His numerous defeats had forged him into a being of explosive power. This was Vega, a creation of Yuki's, molded into the ultimate combatant through the incorporation, fusion, and enhancement of various skills. Finally, his unique skill, Evil Eater, evolved into the ultimate skill, Evil Dragon King, Azi Dahaka, boasting destructive power surpassing any other skill. It was a calamity for the world, given Vega's lack of control over such immense power. Or was it the opposite? Perhaps his reckless pursuit of power led to the acquisition of such a skill. Regardless, Vega waits. He waits for commands to come his way. All he can do is obliterate and consume those who cross his path. Meanwhile, Dino contemplates the current state of affairs. How did it all come to this? No matter how many times he ponders, the answer eludes him. Once, he was given a purpose by Veldanava and descended to Earth. He never considered himself to have much of an ego back then, but over time, he found himself thinking independently. He discussed this with his comrades, Pico and Gracia, who seemed to have experienced a similar evolution of consciousness. Various events unfolded, leading Dino and his friends down the path of the fallen. Becoming a demon lord was his sole purpose in life, obeying the orders of his vanished lord. And so, Dino continues to observe. He intended to observe Guy and Rudra's game without interfering, his unwavering loyalty to Veldanava guiding his actions. Dino held firm belief that someday, at the end of time, Veldanava would return. Then came the encounter. The enigmatic slime. Its soul's brilliance was unmistakable, resonating with him in a familiar yet different way from Veldanava. and thus began the golden days. Though he disliked the toil, being utilized by humans brought him a strange sense of contentment. Dino found unexpected satisfaction in working alongside newfound friends. Yet, amidst these moments, there lingered regret for betraying Ramirez. 5 months ago, on Feldway's orders, Dino orchestrated an attack on Ramirez. His plan, capture or, failing that, subdue her with deep hypno. However, the scheme ended in failure, leaving Dino questioning his actions. He knew he couldn't simply brush off his betrayal of Ramirez, yet he couldn't shake the feeling that he was under Michael's control. With Heavenly King Astarte binding him to Michael and Feldway, Dino found himself at a loss for how to navigate this predicament. The one solace amidst the turmoil was Rimuru's trust in him.
He's astute, but soft-hearted. You can't let your guard down around him, even if he's easily swayed.
Suddenly, Dino notices a blue butterfly mark on his right arm. Initially, he thought Zijin had missed it, but it turned out the birthmark had become a conduit linking his mind and heart, allowing Rimuru to contact him through it. That guy's seriously cunning. Speaking directly to his heart and snagging all his info like that, talk about bold. But instead of feeling violated, Dino oddly felt refreshed by it all. It was surprisingly comforting that Rimuru trusted him.
See you later.
Huh? For the first time in ages, Dino felt genuinely content. Then he thought, what a mess. Dino had no intention of double-crossing his creator, Veldanava. If Michael and Feldway aimed to revive Veldanava, then Dino figured he should play along. However,
This is getting complicated.
Dino's genuine sentiment at that moment.
Ah well, whatever. I'm not much help to them anyway. The more I work, the weaker I get, so might as well take it easy. Plus, it's probably better for everyone if I don't push myself too hard. Win-win.
What's good about Dino is he doesn't stress over things right away. Ever the optimist, Dino, who was unbeatable in his laziness, arrived at his decision with a carefree mindset. That positivity was what made Dino so unnerving. Feeling rejuvenated, Dino eagerly awaited Feldway and the gang with a grin on his face. Meanwhile, Arios pondered. His superiors, Kagali and the others, were engaged in conversation, but he couldn't make heads or tails of it. He wanted to voice his frustration, but his gut told him it wouldn't end well. And it was right. Arios remained under Kagali's control, the spell still binding him even now as he transformed into a Jotun, heavenly spirit, through the undead elf. If he had naturally awakened, things might have been different, but since his evolution was orchestrated, it was inevitable that his dominion would be reinforced. Arios, lacking the luxury of annoyance, was keenly aware of his current state. Brimming with tremendous power, he reveled in a sense of invincibility. The most notable change was his unique skill, Murderer, evolving into the ultimate enchantment, Conviction King Sandalphon. Naturally, he hadn't gained it on his own. Michael passed on the Conviction King Sandalphon, recovered from Kondu to Arios. Murderer was absorbed for this purpose, yet Arios couldn't wield it at will. Nevertheless, Arios harbored no discontent. He simply relished the newfound strength, patiently awaiting his moment. Orca Aria found herself in a state of confusion. Unable to focus on the conversations around her, she engaged in an internal dialogue. Who am I? Aria? Or Orca? I'm Aria, but also Orca. Despite the perplexity, a sense of unity blossomed within them. It wasn't unpleasant, in fact, it felt rather pleasant. I am Orlia. In that instant, the answer dawned upon her. Though a newborn, Orlia wielded the skills of a seasoned warrior and wizard. Furthermore, the ultimate enchantment, Alternative, bestowed upon her morphed into the ultimate enchantment, Multiple Weapons, tailored to Orlia's capabilities. This enabled Orlia to manifest various weapons using her accumulated experience. While there was a cap on simultaneous weapon usage, their quality matched that of mythical grade. Armed to the teeth with multiple weapons, Orlia faced her adversaries without fear. Mai Furuki found herself plunged into despair. She had thought death was imminent, yet here she was, alive. Well, that's something at least. Mai still couldn't achieve her dream of returning to Japan, despite her increased power. I'm not giving up. Yuki mentioned a possibility, she thought. If desire gives birth to a skill, then there must be a power out there to grant my wish. In a moment of emptiness, Michael's bestowed ultimate enchantment, Alternative, and the inhabited seraphim triggered a change in Mai's Traveler. It evolved into the ultimate enchantment, World Map. Now, not only could she visualize any place worldwide, but she could also grasp current events there, an extraordinary ability. What's more, instantaneous movement allowed her to teleport to any desired location without temporal delay. For someone with spatial prowess, this was an incredible gift. Yet, Mai's longing remained unfulfilled. The coordinates on her world map were confined to this realm alone. Crossing dimensional barriers was out of reach. Mai accepted this bitter truth without protest. It was a profound despair, but now, she was bound to Michael's will. Until the day she could freely reunite with her beloved younger brother, Mai would remain obedient, her heart sealed. It wasn't just those reborn as Jotun, grappling with existential questions. Zalario and Obara pondered their circumstances too. Zalario cherished his newfound physical form. Despite his immense power, he could only wield it in the otherworld. In the cardinal world, exerting power drained him exponentially. To counter this, he needed a vessel capable of withstanding his might, a challenge in itself. Now that this hurdle was cleared, he could unleash his true potential on the surface. However, another significant problem loomed large.
Oh, seems like my power boost came with an unexpected addition, the angelic system skill, Judgment King Israfil.
That was the pickle Zalario found himself in after his incarnation bestowed upon him the ultimate skill, Judgment King Israfil.
Can't exactly go against Michael with this in my pocket, but tossing it away might raise some eyebrows, huh?
Zalario saw Feldway as a colleague, acknowledging his authority but not blindly following him. And Michael? Well, Zalario wasn't entirely sold on him. A skill-induced will wasn't enough to sway him completely, despite his current alignment with their goals. He'd rather not have angelic skills, just in case he and Michael ever ended up on opposing sides. But here he was, stuck with Judgment King Israfil. As long as it wasn't an ultimate enchantment, Michael's influence wouldn't kick in.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Nate, Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Just a Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, Zach Rossan, Jarius Ladek, Ray Perez, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Adrian, Kumo, Sanketh Chelu, T. Bush, John L, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Thomas, J, Christ, Joshua Cousins, Vethelny, Khaled, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Divine C. Harris, Panda Cats, DeAndre Nance, Monty Boy 98, D-Man, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Kamal Ebanks, Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Quilly Buckner, Zephyrus, Alver, Normal Defate, L, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J. Rule, Liron Sangkap, Lucas Gay, Jason Martin, Ekotski, Foolish Prophets, Ethan Madison, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Andre Hamilton, Guy Endsley, Simon Rode, Emperor WSA, Mika Espinosa, George Hage, Gobi Lin, Pratik Bandari, Arod Dare, Faiz Mansour, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadal, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Homelike Drop, Vasto Lord, Martin Ramos, Marl Barsha, Hansel Ortega, Karam Faraj, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Kamal Luke, Spencer Candila, Ian Sikibuyol, Putate, Thanakorn Lee Sawat, Lamar, KACP9R, Tony, The Harv, Mike Roch, Matthew Abraham, Drayden Yamauchi. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.